What's the word? It's Malcolm here for NEHip-Hop.com. I'm here with the Swollen members. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Stoked to be back in Boston, bro.
When was the last time you were here?
Too long. Probably 6 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
5 years ago.
Well, introduce yourselves, man, real quick for the people who might not know who you are.
I'm Prevail,
I'm Rob the Viking.
and we are Swollen members.
Now, you're missing a member right now. He's still on his way here.
Right, Mad Child.
Definitely shout out to him, man. So let's talk about this brand new day project, man. What do we have to look forward to?
Just a continuation of that classic Swollen sound, but almost almost a full circle, and actually an embracement of, is that a word? I'm a rapper. We can make up shit, right? Just embracing where we're going and celebrating the people that we're becoming in our lives, and allowing each other to champion those individual messages. As any successful group that's had a long tenure, once you start to try to harangue or handcuff other members of the group, it can dissipate very quickly. And we've learned just to let everyone celebrate their natural voices, be the individuals that we all want to be, and that strength of being happy in your own individual and personal life just makes the strength of the group that much better. So for us, it's a brand new day and a realization that we're in control of our own destinies as far as making music and being a creative entity.
Wow, that's real. I guess from each of you, I want to hear what song you're looking forward to people hearing the most off of the upcoming project.
From a production standpoint, I think I'm really proud of the song called Jacques Cousteau.
Okay.
It's just a real hard, dark sounding beat, and it's like the guys murdered it. I think we had DJ Makeway doing the cuts on it. It's just like a real hard song. Like if you've heard the title track "Brand New Day," it's a feel good song. The rest of the album, it's pretty hard and dark like that. I'm real proud of it for that.
And I'd have to say the song that Rob just mentioned, Brand New Day, which was actually the album and the song were named by our brother Slane, native Bostonian, a brother of ours. And there's something special about that song. It is, like Rob said, it's the feel-good song of the album with the usual Swollen directive is usually to have dark lyrics and abstract lyricism over dark, powerful beats, and that hasn't we've never veered off of that path. So it's nice when you're able to have that opposite sort of part of the spectrum and be able to celebrate the light side of making music and just have it, I don't want to say easy listening, but easy to digest, and you sort of get it on the first round. With a lot of Swollen music, it's about listening to it 15 times on repeat, trying to dissect the lyrics, and we love being able to have that depth. So once in a while, it's nice just to have a breath of fresh air as a writer and as a producer.
Yeah, I can imagine. What are some of the things I guess you guys went through, going through, coming from the smaller Vancouver hip-hop scene? Because Boston has a pretty small hip-hop scene as well. What are some of the things you guys went through, going through the early 2000s and, making music and just trying to, build your, repertoire, fame, whatever you may call it?
Well, I'd say we were very lucky in that Mad Child and I both had sort of one foot in Southern California. In the very beginnings of our individual careers before we formed Swollen members. So we were both, Mad Child living in San Francisco, I was living in San Diego, and there was a lot of LA contact between those two cities. So we were really embedded into the hip hop culture on the West Coast, where it was vibrant at that time. It was new. The sounds that were coming out were brand new. Obviously, you had Hieroglyphics and many other crews that I could go on to name, but Hyro really was one of the crews that forged this new and Freestyle Fellowship. We're really, and Farside. We're really, I think, the three eminent groups that had taken, obviously, the old school approach from the East and gave it a bit of a spin as far as the delivery of the lyricism, and that was something that really excited me. I've been doing this for a long time. Ed OG was one of my go-to cats back in the day. Mad respect, Ed OG, mad respect. Word.
That was the emoji hands.
Word. Or the little bolts off the side. I know the one you mean. I use that one often. So it was a very exciting time to be a part of all that and actually be embedded in it and be a cat from Canada, from the West Coast of Canada that was down in the States, actually absolving and being surrounded by that stuff. Now that I look back, I actually think, damn, that was very, very impactful in my life, and for Mad Child too. So when we came back to Vancouver, we realized it was a formative, culminative point for us. We came back with this energy and this understanding and this hunger and this belief system and a work ethic that I don't think many people in our geographic area had. So when we teamed up, it was almost an understanding of, we both extracted ourselves from the scene that we were privy to, transplanted ourselves in a place where things were really vibrant and flourishing and on the cusp and on the creative edge of being dynamic, and we were able to bring that back up with us to Vancouver. And once we hooked up with Rob, there was no turning back. It just was three creative, dynamic forces that didn't like taking no for an answer, hence the independence of Battle Axe Records. And I'm proud to say, I'm proud of Mad Child to say that Battle Axe Records is back in full force. We've always had that independent mentality of make the music that we enjoy and hopefully people dig it. And if they do, then great, we've got a platform to keep building upon.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess what's the biggest difference you see? Because I've been in America the whole time. My whole life. That sounded weird, but but I've never I've been to Canada maybe once when I was like 9. How do the not only hip hop but how do music scenes differ in terms of just exposure and just the vibe, maybe the sound of the music? Because all we know recently is like the Drakes, the Justin Bieber. Those are like the pop stars. But how is the general music scene in Canada, and how does it differ from I guess the U.S. if at all?
I don't know. I mean, people come from different places and they draw from those perspectives. But other than that, it's hip hop music. So there's, in terms of the underground, it's a general sense of community in that way across the globe. So, I mean, it's hard to say what's different about it. We're not really that far away from the United States. So.
It's true. Now, before we get out of here, I want to hear some, I guess, wise words, whether it's in life or within music, from the both of you.
Wow. I mean, this is something that has sort of been our mantra for a long time. But, I mean, let's be honest. We're pretty fortunate to be able to do what we love as a living. But I think sometimes people take that for granted. They feel that once they've achieved a certain plateau, that it's going to be given to you every single time. Not in this industry, man. You've got to really keep your eye on the prize and stay focused and have your heart in it. And if you let it slip, you get tossed to the wayside, because there's always someone willing to take your place that has the desire and the drive to do it. So even if it's you having to remind yourself every day or every couple of days, looking yourself in the eyes in the mirror, you have to have honest conversations with yourself, not only in this industry, but I think in life in general.
Yeah, that sums it up. I would say, to add to that, as an artist creatively, you're not going to really make waves if you're emulating things that you're inspired by. Hip hop and music in general is a culture that builds upon itself, and things are inspired by many different things. But I think the people who really pave their own way are the ones who are very original and come up with something. I would say that would be the best motto. Don't go into the studio trying to create something that you're following in the footsteps of somebody else. Create your own sound and be original.
That's dope. That's good advice. Signing off with the Swollen members. This is Malcolm, Vail, Rob, the Viking. Nice beard, by the way. Appreciate that.
What up? I'm Rob the Viking.
Yo, what's up? This is Prevail.
We are
Swollen members. Melchior. What? On the spot. Word. Anytime hip hop. You got it right here.